Shweta Shah. I am your instructor for the subject Computer Organization and Architecture. In this subject, we have started Unit 5, that is Central Processing Unit. In this unit, we are going to see today the topic that is instruction formats. So let's start with the topic. The format of instruction is usually represented in a rectangular box symbolizing the bits of the instruction as they are appear in the memory word or in a control register. The bits of the instruction are divided into groups called as a field. The most common field found in instruction format are: first is the operation code field that specifies the operation to be performed. Second is the address field that is designated a memory address or the processor register address. Third one is a mode field that specifies the way the operands or the effective address is determined. So there are many ways to represent your instruction. Generally, we are dividing this type of instruction in the CPU organization like 3 address instruction, 2 address instruction, 1 address instruction, 0 address instruction or RISC instruction. To illustrate the influence of the number of address on the computer program, we will evaluate the arithmetic statement like x is equals to a plus b into c plus d with using 0 address or 1 address, 2 address or 3 address instruction formats. We will use the symbols add, SUH, MUL, DIV for 4 arithmetic operations like addition, subtraction, multiplication and division, and MUV for the transfer of the operation, and load and store for the transfer of the data from memory to the accumulator register. Here we will assume that the operands are stored in the memory location that are A, B, C and D, and result is going to be stored at memory location X. So let's start with the 3 address instruction. In 3 address instruction, the computer with 3 address instruction format can use each address field to specify either processor register or memory operand. The program in assembly language that evaluates the x is equals to a plus b into c plus d can be written like this: add r1 comma a comma b. That means r1 is going to be stored as a addition of memory location a plus memory location b. Then we will use instruction add r2 c comma d that will store the addition of memory locations containing c and d to the register r2. And lastly we will use instruction mul x comma r1 comma r2. This instruction will do multiplication operation of the content of the register r1 and r2 and will store the result at location x. So in this way we can use 3 address instruction where all 3 address fields are used to represent your instruction. The advantage of this 3 address format is that it result in a short program when evaluating the arithmetic expression, and the disadvantage is that binary coded instruction will require too many bits to specify this instruction, as you have to represent R1 register, memory location A, memory location B and add operation. All of these things in simple one instruction. Okay, so it will require more number of bits to represent the instruction. Next we will see the 2 address instruction. In 2 address instruction, there are most common in the commercial computer. There are again each address field can specify either processor register or a memory word. The program, let me evaluate x is equals to a plus b into c plus d. So we will have program like this: MUV. This instruction is used to move the content from one location to other location. This other location can be register or memory location. MUV R1 comma A instruction moves the content of register A, location A to the register R1. Then we will have instruction add R1 comma B. This instruction will add the content of memory location B to the register R1, and result is going to be stored at location R1. So we will represent it as in terms of micro operation as a R1 given R1 plus memory location contain B. Then we will use instruction MUV R2 comma C to move the content of C to the register R2. Then we will use instruction add R2 comma D that will add the content of memory location D and register R2, and result is going to be stored at location R2. Then we will use the multiplication operation For that we will use instruction mul r2 comma r1. It will do multiplication of r1 and r2 and result will be stored at location r1. Then we will use last instruction to store this result which is stored in register r1 to the memory location x, and that will be muv x comma r1. It will store the result that is stored in register r1 to the memory location x. So here we have used two address field in the instruction. Next we will see the one address instruction. Here the address field will have only one location. One address instruction used an implied accumulator register for all the data manipulation operation. For example, multiplication, division, there are no need for the second register because always your result is going to be stored into accumulator, and one content of that operation is also stored into accumulator. However, there we will neglect the second register and assume that the accumulator contains the result of the OR operation. Let me evaluate the program. X is equals to a plus b into c plus d. So we will have instructions like this. Load A to load the content of memory location A to the accumulator. Then we will use add B instruction. Here accumulator will be by default register for one content for the addition operation. So here your addition of accumulator and register B will be done, memory location B will be done, and result is going to be stored at accumulator. Okay. Next instruction we will use store T. Here T is the temporary memory location where our this addition result is going to be stored. Then we will use instruction load C. This instruction will load accumulator with the content of C location. Then we will use add D. Then that will add the content of memory location D and accumulator, and result is going to be stored at memory location. Result is going to be stored at accumulator. Then we will use the mul instruction. This instruction will multiply the content of T location and the accumulator, and result is going to be stored into accumulator. As our accumulator already contains C plus D, so temporary location T contains A plus B. So multiplication will be done, and result to store this result to the location X, we have to use the instruction store X. So by this way we can use the one address instruction. Here all operations are done between the accumulator and a memory operand. T is the temporary location. So by this way we can use the one address instruction. Next we will see the zero address instruction. A stack organized computer doesn't use the address field for the instructions add and mul. The push and pop instruction however needed an address field to specify the operands that communicates with the stack. So our mul and add instruction will not have any address field. So following program, let me see x is equals to a plus b into c plus d. How we can write for the stack organized computer. Here TOS represents the top of the stack. So let me see example. Here first instruction is a push A, that A locations content is going to be stored at the top of the stack. Then we will use the instruction push B. This instruction will store B at the top of the stack at this time. Then we will use the instruction add. This instruction will pop the first two locations of the stack and do the addition operation, and then store the result to the top of the stack. So our result of addition of A and B is going to be stored in this instruction. Then we will use instruction push C and push D to store C and D locations contained to the stack, and then we will use the add instruction to add the C and D locations contained. That will going to be stored at the top of the stack, and then we will use the mul instruction to do multiplication operation on the stack on the content of the top of the stack. And lastly we have to store this content of multiplication to the location x. So we will use the instruction pop x to store this multiplication result to the top of the stack. So by this way we can use this stack operation which has zero address field. Okay. Next we will see RISC instruction. The instruction set of typical RISC processor is restricted to the use of load and store instruction when communicating between the memory and CPU. All other instructions are executed within the register of the CPU without referring to the memory. That means you can access memory only to load or store your data into the register. A program for a RISC type CPU consists of load and store instruction that has one memory and one register address, and computational type instruction that have three address fields, and all of these three places specifies the processor register. So let me see the same program. X is equals to a plus b into c plus d. Here we can load and store only with the memory content. So here instructions will be like this: load R1 comma A. This instruction will load the content of memory location A to the register R1. Then load R2 comma B, load R3 comma C, and load R4 comma D. This 4 instruction will load the content of A, B, C, and D to the processor register that are R1, R2, R3, and R4. After that, we can use add multiplication instruction, and that can have a 3 address field, and that 3 address field only will be your processor register. So for add instruction, we can use add R1 comma R2. This instruction will add the content of register R1 and R2, and result is going to be stored into register R1. And add R3 comma R4. R2 will add the content of register R4 and R3 to the register R3. Lastly, we will do multiplication operation. Our addition results are stored in register R1 and R3. So we will do MUL R1 comma R3. This will do multiplication operation of R1 and R3, and result is going to be stored into register R1. And lastly, we will require to store this result to the memory location X. So we will use instruction store X comma R1, as our R1 contains the multiplication result. So by this instruction, your result of the multiplication is going to be stored at location X. So by this way, we can use this RISC instruction where our accessing memory is restricted to only loading and storing. All other tasks can be done with the processor registers. So we are ending our today's session over here. If you have any query, then you can contact me.